friends, welcome to Collecting with Stan. And I decided to go live with this. I'm going to clean up the nasty large Bowie knife that I showed on my, and the sheath too, that I showed on my short this morning. We got this here kind of rusted up. It's kind of, I don't know if I'd ever actually really use it to do, but it's a cool knife. But I want to clean it up, just take some time. Look, it's got some barnacles on it and stuff and here. But I wanted to take some time, clean it up. I'm going to put the sheath over here first. I'm going to make sure I can clean up the knife before I do anything else. What I'm going to start off with is like that is layered on rust. That's like heavy rust. I think I'm going to start off with a brass bristle brush here. I hope everybody's doing okay. I just want to get like the heavier stuff off. Ooh, I think I'm going to be lucky. This looks like it's coming off nicely. At least the heavier stuff is. I got a pad under or a towel underneath it here so that I don't put all this stuff on our dining room table because Mama Bear would not be impressed. That's okay. I don't always impress her. Sometimes I depress her. Wait, never mind. Yeah, that side came out okay. Got the big old heavy barnacles off. There's still a little bit. Or maybe I'll scrub on that one spot a little bit more. But yeah, I'm just hoping this finds everybody doing okay. Mrs. Stan had to go out meeting a friend for coffee and stuff. And it's good for her to get away from work. And there's really no heavy barnacles on this side I'm going to worry about. Well, maybe down there. Other than here on the brass, I'm going to use a little bit on the brass to try and get those heavier barnacles off so I don't totally mess up. Oh, it's coming off actually really nicely. I'm very happy because I've done these where it didn't come off like good at all. You know what I mean? It was just make sure I got all the heavier stuff off. So that's all I use the brass bristle brush for. I don't use a steel bristle brush because steel could, believe it or not, steel sharpens steel, so steel could scratch steel. So brass bristle brush did its good job. As you can see on that side. And this side, big difference already. They're still there, but it's no longer big buildup. So now what I do is I grab my little can of Ballistol. You can use pretty much any oil that you prefer. Then I grab some, I think this is a number 1 steel wool. Let me look at my bags here. I know the last one I go to is triple aught. So this is a number 1 steel wool. What you do is you take your can of oil, it can be WD-40, whatever. I like Ballistol because it just always does a good job. Put a little bit of oil on that blade. Take your steel wool and start rubbing. And the reason why I'm going with the number 1 is this is actually pretty heavy rust. So I want to really get down into it quick. Then I do last will be the triple aught steel wool. And if everything goes well, this will actually come out pretty good. I have a bad feeling, though, this heavier rust on the one side, on this front side here, or I'm going to call it a front side. I don't know if it's a front side or not, but, I think that rust might be might have eaten into the steel, that high polish. But we'll see. Sometimes you get surprised. Sometimes, she comes out way better than you think. Like I said, I just wanted to share this. You guys can kind of get an inside look at what I do to clean up knives. I'm not perfect at it by any means, but see, she's coming along nicely. It's going to take a little bit of time. So I thought, like I said, my wife's out going to meet her friends for lunch or coffee or heck if I know. I don't know. But, it's good for her to get out and do some girl stuff every once in a while with her girlfriends. I always offer her when I get complimentary tickets at the casino for Thunder Down Under, it's like, I ain't going to go watch the guys, but she wants her and her girlfriends want to go for it. I don't care, have fun, we only live once, so have fun, plus then she comes home and I'm the only thing here for her. Sorry. This has got to be a PG show. Keep it PG, Stanley. Keep it PG. Yeah, it's definitely got some pitted rust there. And this one, these are the knives, one of the knives that I paid $8.50 for. because this is what I bought them for, is to learn how to clean knives up, because, you use cheap knives to learn how to do, so when you get a nice case knife or something like that, that the techniques that work so that you don't damage a more expensive knife, and if this thing comes out nice, bonus. If it doesn't, well, you know what? Nothing lost. It's an $8.50 knife that's already nasty. So you go and you go rag on it. You go have some fun with it. You know what I mean? And plus, like I said, I like having little projects. Well, I didn't say today, I said it in the past. I like having little projects and stuff. It's kind of fun. Keeps me out of trouble because I'm really good. I am really good at the keyboard purchasing of stuff. I'm a master at it. Like, if they had black belts in it, I'd be like a 20th degree black belt to the third power. Yeah, I'd be, it's like my wife today, she's like, you be good on Amazon and eBay. Don't go nuts. And I'm like, no promises. She's just like, yeah, do I dare leave him here or should I take him with me? I'm like, I ain't going with you. I don't want to go hang out and drink coffee or go to get lunch with you girls. Go have fun with your friends. I'm going to have fun cleaning up a knife. It's getting there slowly but surely. I don't know if she's going to come out perfect or not. Probably not. Like I said, it pitted the metal some. Once it's pitted, it's hard to get it back. I might have to go get my rotary tool. Where did I put that? I think it's downstairs, so that might not happen in this video. I might have to go get that to totally clean it up with a little. It's getting way better, though. Way better, though. Check that out. All that nasty rust that was like built up is getting less. So I'm just going to keep on going with what I'm doing here with the steel wool and a little ballistol. Just keep scrubbing away. Scrubby, 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 scrubby. Sorry, scraping the barnacles off this knife. Then later I'm going to scrape the barnacles off myself. Got to go get a shower today. Been doing a bunch of little projects. I think this morning already, I got up at like 3 o'clock, couldn't sleep. So I've been doing little projects, and not to be too gross, but I already got barnacles on myself. That's just life. What can you do? Now, some people might ask why I don't use sandpaper. And I don't use sandpaper because it creates directional lines. I might have to on this. This rust is a little bit worse than I thought it was. It's got it bit into the steel is what I call it when it, you can actually feel where it's went into the steel. I call it biting in. I don't know what the true technical name is for it, because I'm sure metallurgy has a name for it, but other than just rust, you know what I mean? But I don't know what the technical name is for it, but like I said, I just have fun, just try to clean them up. It's love if somebody came on here and chatted with me, but hey, that's how live streams go sometimes. Just sitting here, looks like I'm stroking my chicken. Sorry, did I say it out loud on the stream? Ooh, I'm getting there. This might come back. I'm getting there. This is some serious elbow grease, though. Holy cow. Getting my reps in the day. It's good for me. Except with my chronic pain, it's not good for me, but it's still, you gotta work through the pain. It's a part of life. Especially as you get older, if you have any injuries that come back to haunt you, you just got to work through them. Do the best you can. That's all you can do. Wow, it's getting a lot better. Check that out. It's getting a lot better. Trying to decide what I want to use. I might get a piece of 400 grit sandpaper out of my box here. I think I'm going to. Oh, what box is it in? This one, okay. See what I got here. Don't want to drop everything, so yeah, there we go. Get a new piece of sandpaper. Get my flitch polish out for later. Okay, this is a brand new piece of 500 grit. And again, so I want to get on this rust a little more aggressive, but I'm going to fold it pretty tight because I want to try and keep it mostly right where the rust is, if that makes sense. So I'm not like putting microscopic lines everywhere on the knife. And what I recommend is try your best to continuously go one direction, you know. Oh, I think this is working. Well, it's working some anyways, if nothing else, I'm taking the sand off the sandpaper. Got to be something said about that for that, huh? Oh, it's doing something good. I think. Yeah, this blade's going to have a little patina on her no matter what I do, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Wow. It's working. It's a lot of work. But like I said, this is how I'm learning to be able to better repair more expensive knives, is by working on these chintzy knives. Because like I said, when I get an expensive knife, I won't be afraid because I'll know what works. Plus, I like big knives. You know, I really enjoy big knives, even these fantasy knives. Not my favorites, but they're better than nothing. You know, Frost Cutlery does a lot of fantasy knives that Jim Frost design. That's okay. You know, they're fun. You know, you don't pay a lot for them. Even when you buy them brand new, you don't pay a lot for them. And if you all seen my one video of the one small fixed blade I repaired, cleaned up, I really boogered that one up. I ended up having to paint the blade black because I screwed it up so bad. I was really disappointed in it. I still posted the results, so, you know, because like I always say, I'm going to show you all the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that one was certainly ugly. And no, it wasn't just my face. Get in this groove here. Wipe it down and see what we got. Okay, it's getting better. It is definitely getting better. We're getting there slowly but surely. Wow. It's a lot of work. But it's going to be worth it when this thing comes out looking beautiful. It is. It's going to be worth it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that one's actually coming out pretty nice. Should have got my whizzer wheels out. Should have got my whizzer wheels out. I think with my little buffing wheels, I could clean this up totally. It's getting a lot better. Gonna keep on going. keep on keeping on. Oh boy. Yeah, just cleaning up a knife here. Keep on working, keep on working. My arm is getting really tired. Keep seeing people poking in and they leave real fast, like, oh, maybe you won't know some here. Wish I said who they were so I could like acknowledge them or at least leave a comment. That'd be cool. But I understand people just stopping in real fast to see what's going on. See if they want to spend any of their limited time in this world watching some bald goofball scrubbing on a knife. I don't know if I would, but yeah, I would actually. I like this type of stuff, so I would join in. And we're getting there. She's coming along. Spent a lot of elbow grease. Holy shnikes. Whew. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. Dang, I haven't done workout like that in a long while. Richard, how you doing? Oh yeah, well, I'm enjoying myself. If you start seeing me going like this, you know, no, I'm joking. Yeah, we have dirty minds. I tell you, people that come to my channel. No, I'm kidding. Now I'm just scrubbing these spots that had heavier rust on them, hoping that they'll come clean. They're getting there, man. They are getting there. Try and maybe put it to where you can see a little bit on the camera. It's just hard to be able to keep to where you can get decent amount of pressure on it. I don't blame you, Richard. I'd dip out too, man. I'd be like, yeah, I gotta go. Bye. Man, this is coming along okay, man, but doggone, is it a lot of work. And I'm not complaining. I have nothing against putting elbow grease to get somewhere you want, you know, for an $8.50 knife. You know, if I can clean her up, make her look really good again, I'm all about that, man. Put a good sharpen on her. You know, this is the knife that I showed in my short this morning that was super, super nasty. And we are getting there. We are getting there. I'm going to work on this side a little bit. You can see the rust staining there. I need some instant gratification. A little bit of Ballistol. I'm tired. I need instant gratty. Oh, yeah, there. This side's going to come up nicely because it's not pitted rust. It's just surface. If all you got is surface rust, it's like almost like wiping off I don't know if anybody knows about like cleaning cars, the clay bars that you use on them. You know, you just get the clay and the clay bars and you put a little cleaner solution in there, and then you go back and forth, and you can feel you're getting off the big chunks of things. Well, that's what it's like with a little steel wool and a little. I'm using Ballistol and this steel wool and saying, "Hey, Big E's, what's up, man?" No, Big E, I know I should know your name, and doggone it, I'm having a total brain fart of what your name is. I apologize, man. It's not meant rude. It's just I am horrible with names and in like live when I talk to somebody in person, and I apologize about that, man. So just clean her up. Oh, really? I didn't realize they had a gun cleaning cloth that does good with rust. I might have to check that out. But yeah, look at that side, how fast that came back. I mean, there's a few spots that's a little bit, but at least I got the majority of the surface garbage off. Eli. Okay, cool, man. Like I said, I know I'd known your name from your channel and stuff, but I just, like I said, I'm horrible with names. It is a huge flaw of mine that I really need to work on because, you know, I'm like anybody else. I appreciate when somebody remembers my name, you know, and as human beings, a person's name is super important to them, you know, because that's who you are, you know. And I've been working on it big time. My wife used to get so mad at me when we first got married, run into people I knew from jobs and stuff, and we'd be talking, and she'd be like, and I couldn't remember their name. She's like, "Why didn't you introduce me?" I'm like, "Because I couldn't remember their name." You know, it's so embarrassing to go, "Yeah, this is my wife, Marcy, and you're, you know," I'm one of those people, like, I can remember, like, your car. I can remember, stuff like that, but I can't remember names. And it's a sad thing that I'm working on getting better at, because like I said, names are important. Everybody's name's their personal name, and it's them. That's one of the most important things to pretty much everybody in the world. I know mine's important to me, even though it's a goofy name. I was dating this girl years ago in the Eddie Murphy movie. I can't remember which one it was. And he's like, "What do you think? My name's Stanley?" And I'm like, she just started laughing her ass off. I'm like, "Really? I'm sitting right here next to you in this theater. You're going to laugh your ass off because he says, 'What do you think my name is, Stanley?'" I'm like, "Really? Yeah, love you too." Yeah, that relationship didn't last long. Hey, at least one side's coming up pretty decent, pretty quick. I think this little bit of rust that's right there, I'm going to take off when I sharpen it up, because it's right in the sharp edge there. So I'll take care of that when I sharpen her up. Like I said, if you want to see this when I started, you can go to this morning's short I posted, and that's how it looked, because now I'm making progress. This side here, I just dripped Belostol on my computer. That's probably not good. I'm still working on these spots. Man, they're definitely deeper than I thought they were. It's set in worse, but I'm getting there. I'm winning the battle. It's a hard fought battle, man. I didn't think it'd be that bad because the rust was so flaky on top, but I never thought of the fact that underneath, it had to, the reason the rust was flaky there and staying there is it had to have adhered there, if that makes sense, and I should have figured that out, but I'm trying to set this up to where you guys can see what I'm attempting to do. But yeah, I might have to go get my Whizzer wheels. I got these little radial abrasive wheels that work really good on a little Dremel tool. Can't run them real fast, though. They go slow, which is good, but they end up making it beautiful. There is a knife repair guy here. God dang it, I was going to remember his name. He does a great job, and that's where I learned it from. He owns a knife shop, and he's like showing how he redoes the knives for his customers, and how they'll like just bring it in for sharpening, and then they're like so impressed because he makes it look brand new. And now I tell you, if we had a shop like that around me, dude, I'd take my knives there. Something I couldn't take care of myself. Heck yeah, somebody that's going to give me the full on good service, go the extra mile for me. Oh, heck yeah. I mean, we got a knife shop that just opened. I haven't been in there. I need to get in there, if the guy that owns it's cool, maybe make a video. But, if nothing else, try to support the local business, but we're kind of in a touristy area. I live up here by Traverse City, Michigan, here in northern Michigan, and we're known for the Cherry Festival in this area. And it's just super touristy. Heck, back when I was in the Marine Corps in the 90s, they actually had us on the Travel Channel. I was like, "Oh, that's where I'm from," to my friend that was, from North Carolina there, and we watched it. He's like, "Dude, I see why people go there." And I'm just looking at him like, "What do you mean?" And I never realized, because I live here, how beautiful the area is. And I was like, wow, when he started pointing out stuff that he's seen in the video, I was like, or in the show, I was like, wow, I guess I am blessed to live in a place like that, and here I'm just taking it for granted. It's like, been there 700,000 times. So Birchwood Casey brand cloth. I'll have to look at that because, man, I mean, this is working. I'm going to have to get my radial tools out. I didn't bring them out here with me. And this blade will clean up beautifully. And what it'll do is, because I keep going the same way, it'll make it shine up nice. But like this side came out really good. I'm going to work on the brass now. I think, I hate to admit it, I don't think I'm going to get much further with the blade with what I have. And it's just, it's kind of one of those things of you go, could I get further with sandpaper? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Sandpaper and steel wool, absolutely I could. But I can do it so quickly with Oh, thank Richard. Yeah, it has improved. But I could do it so much quicker with the radio tool, so I'll just have to go get those, and then probably won't share that live, but let's probably get put up. Trying to get the barnacles off the brass now, just using that 500 grit sandpaper that's a little damp, with some Bellastol. It's just that cuts through it really fast. Then I'll get the flits out, and I'll flitz the holy heck out of it. But, the sandpaper just does a good job of getting through the heavy crustaceans, because the one side of the brass, in fact, the side I'm on right now, oh my gosh, it had I'm not joking, it had barnacles on it. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. It was just nasty, this nasty green looking crap. I think it's from the Sheath, but I'm not sure. I'm 90% positive it is, though. But, well, Richard, I really appreciate you hanging out with me, man. That's cool. I'm glad you could. Makes it more fun to sit here and, actually have somebody to chat with a little bit in the chat here and stuff, I didn't expect to get a ton of viewers right now because, it's Friday. Everybody's at work. But my wife was gone, like I said, to go do lunch and coffee or whatever. A girls' day with some of her girlfriends that had the day off too. So I'm like, what can I do? And if I'm not with a proper adult supervision, I got too much time on my hand, I might buy more knives. My wife gave me the warning as she went out the door. So I was like, yes, dear. And she's not mean about it. She's just like, you be good. It's like, that ain't no fun. Oh, I appreciate that, Richard. Like I said, I'm glad it's easy at work. You could stick around a while. I do appreciate it. I really do. I think that's one thing I've always said. Yeah, like there you can see I got all the barnacles off. Now I'm going to go to flits. I do. I truly appreciate my subscribers. Even people that aren't subscribed that just come and watch. Honestly, without the interaction, the friendships and stuff, don't cut your finger off. I hear you. See the video where I cut my finger the other day in a comic book video, opening the box? That hurt. I was like, well, that sucks. But I put a little dollop of flits on there, get a rag, and get busy. Oh, it's all elbow grease now. Just grease. Elbow grease, elbow grease, elbow grease. Yeah, I'm a strange duck, I know. But hey, what the heck? Like I've said, this is how I am in real life, hanging out with friends. I am a goofball. I have fun. If you're a good friend to me, I'll always be a good friend to you. I wish it would have been a paper cut, Richard. I got myself with a knife opening the package, actually closing it, because like a dummy, I was being a jackass and playing around. And my knife said, you want to take me that seriously, huh? And snip. And I was like, ow. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Really, really made me, I ain't gonna lie, it humbled me. It did. It humbled me, man, because, I think sometimes, especially as knife guys, we kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? We take knives for granted because we're always dinking around with them. You know what I mean? We're always just dinking around with them. And then something stupid like that happens. And you're like, okay, yep. Respect the knife, don't be a dum-dum. Don't play around, because the minute you do that, you get a stand. You slice your finger nicely. It wasn't very big either. It's just a good chop, man. It's like instant blood. I was like, what is in that special? And then working with comic books, you don't want to get blood all over them. So it's like, And I'm glad my bandage kit's right over here. So this brass is coming out pretty good. That cool. At least one thing's going to clean up all the way, I think, on this video. Man, yeah. Brass is coming out okay. At least I thought it was. Huh. That's weird. Trying to figure out why. Probably because my rag's so nasty. I got to get a different rag. See if I can buff this out now. There we go. There we go. She's getting there. Definitely not perfect, but we get her. Well, if you missed it, no big deal, Richard. It was just a comic book opening. I can't remember if it was one from Economics and Comics. I think it was. It was just funny, though. You know, you say don't cut your finger off, and the video I cut myself in is a comic book video. I found that very funny. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it's like, yep, that's the one that gets me. You know, not when I'm sitting here with a big ass knife. You know, nope, nothing happens then. But when I'm dinking around, well, it's like that one knife video when I was downstairs. I don't know if you were there, is alive. And I go to put the knife behind me because I was joking about is it a mini sword? And I stabbed my chair. That was a special move. Yeah. Oh, I know what I did. I scratched up this brass with the sandpaper, getting the barnacles off. So I got to use the triple aught now to shine it back up. 000 steel wool. Oh, yeah, we're getting there now. Man, sometimes you know what stinks? Sometimes you're doing something to clean something up and you actually make yourself more work, but it's the best way that I know of to get to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, you know, but it's clean up decently enough. I got to do this side too. Okay, let's do the whole handle now. Ooh, that is sharp, actually. Okay, you can see that tarnishing there on the hilt or the pommel. I'm going to see if I can get some of that with the steel wool. In fact, I'm going to put a little flitz and steel wool at the same time. Use the flitz as a lubricant and a cutter, if that makes sense. Kind of use it as like a rubbing compound like you would on a car. Oh, yeah, that's working out really well. That was a good idea. Every now and then, even stands have good ideas. You know what? I might have to get some Brasso. I got me a can of Neverdol, and man, I'm not real impressed with the new Neverdol formulation. It works okay, but I remember that Brasso in the Marine Corps used to make stuff just wicked clean. You know what I mean? It's just, well, she's coming along. I gotta get this side. I think I'm gonna do the flitz thing on it again. Oh man, this has been a longer project than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna come on here and it's gonna be like, a 20-minute video and be done. We're going on 40 minutes now. Well, thank you, Richard. Yeah, she definitely looks better. And, you know, this video was just, you know, I use pretty simple stuff to work on my knives. You know, I guess what I want to do is show people that you don't have to spend a lot of money, you know, get a few pieces, you know, get some stuff, my sandpaper and steel wool from Harbor Freight, you know, so they're cheaper steel wools, cheaper sandpaper, you know, especially a sandpaper. I would not recommend the sandpaper from Harbor Freight for any like real projects because just dulls out so fast, you know, it loses its edge. But when you're doing stuff like this that you don't need long time performance with it, it does good, you know. So, you know, it's just, but yeah, I just want to show people that you don't need to have a bunch of power equipment or anything like that. And you can take a knife that's, you know, like I said, this $8.50 knife. I got 11 knives for $100. That included shipping. Yeah, all of them except for 2 of them looked like, you know, had some type of rust damage to them. And so far, there's only been one that, well, like I said in the beginning, I really effed it up. You know, but I'm refining my technique to where when I get say I get a nice old case knife or a nice old buck knife, that I can be confident in cleaning it up and making it look good, you know? And like I said, I do have power equipment. I have a garage full of power equipment. But, I want to show what you can do. Just good old elbow grease and just, man, this one spot, this line right here where it goes into the wood it's just being a bear. I'll get it though. Just does not want to come off. Holy cow. It's like thick. Maybe it's some more verdigris. Oh yeah, it's some more verdigris, I think. I think that's what they call it. I know that's what they call it in coin collecting when you get like green stuff that when you get it off from there, it leaves kind of a residue. But I think I got it. I think I did. I mean, it still needs to be shined up better. And I'm going to put a little more effort into it. I'm not going to go over like an hour in this live stream, but like I said, I just wanted to show. And I mean, Richard's seen what the handle and the pommel area and everything looked like when he was here when I started that. Look at that. What, Richard, would you say I maybe have 10, 15 minutes in on the pommel and the handle? Look at that. I still got to get into this. That's where rust was on it really bad. Still got to get into that. But man, for the amount of, oh man, I got crap all over my computer. For the amount of time all right, Richard, thank you for hanging out for a while, man. It's appreciated. You have a good one and have a good weekend. So yeah, I'm going to see if this Neverdall on this, or this, not Neverdall, but this Flitz and steel wool on the paper, on that rust spot will work. That'd be awesome if it does. That'd make my day. Ooh, it's doing something. I don't know if it's doing. You have a great day too, Richard. Thank you. But yeah, man, I just enjoying cleaning up knives, hanging out. If I'm blessed, a couple people might show up and hang out with me. So far, I've had Richard in here hanging out and talking with me, or putting in the chat. And I appreciate that. I love interacting with y'all. You guys are my, my YouTube friends, my YouTube family, I mean, even if you're new to the channel, how do you become friends if you don't ever hang out a little bit, So if you're new to the channel and you pop in here and you want to hang out a little bit, freaking pop in and say howdy, not going to bite or anything. I have been known to bite, but usually not other people. That sounded really bad. Oh. Okay. That is working some. Check that out. I'm getting there. I think I am going to have to use my little Dremel with the little wheel disc, which I won't put that in this live stream. I'll just do that off camera. But then I'll come back and I'll do another short. I'll show the end results when I'm done. And honestly, the only thing I'm going to use is my Dremel with they're called radial abrasive discs. I think that's what they call them, radial abrasive discs. A little Dremel and some Flitz and some Neverdall. And then oh wait, let's work on the sheath. Let's see if we can bring the sheath back to life here. See if we can do that. One thing I'm going to have to do is finish popping this button out. It's broken, so I'm going to have to eventually pop that out and get a new. You can see some verdigris right there on the button, or right there, and on the button. So I'm going to move the knife over here, because as far as I'm concerned for this video, I'm going to say the knife's close enough to done for government work. So I want to clean up that verdigris. And usually verdigris on leather cleans up pretty doggone quickly. You want to get those back rivets. And some people might argue with me, and that's fine. We all have our own ways that we clean stuff. But I found, again, triple aught steel wool on the verdigris really does a pretty good job. You got to use a little bit of elbow grease, but you will get it. And, I want to get that verdigris off there before I put my mink oil on there, because then if you put mink oil on it, in my opinion, you're just trapping crap underneath that protective coating. And, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that verdigris is some verdigris. I know this is true from coin collecting. Like they will not encapsulate a coin with active verdigris on it, and that's because for grading, and that's because the verdigris is still changing, and it's still changing what it's doing to that coin and eating into it and stuff. So, if a national grading company won't, grade a coin because of that, I got to get a little Bellastol on that one. The one's got pretty deep, and sometimes just some Bellastol, helps get under there, Oh, yeah, there we go. It's weird how sometimes you be there with steel wool and it's like, don't want to work, don't want to work, don't want to work. Put a little oil on it, a little Bellastol. Bellastol is good for leather. It's another reason I like Bellastol. I'm going to have to use the heavier steel wool or the number one. It's one spot. Ow, ooh, that hurt. Got underneath my fingernail and stuck. That hurt. I think I found a sharp spot in it. Ooh. Yeah, that did not feel good. Man, this is just ticking me off. It does not want to let go. A little bit more. I'm going to my 500 grit sandpaper. Wow. This verdigris does not want to let go. But again, like I was saying, national coin encapsulators, grading companies will not encapsulate and grade a coin that has active verdigris on it. So, I don't want to leave that underneath my mink coil because that tells me the stuff is still, making a mess and doing stuff. I think I got it. Well, yeah, I did. It really ate in on that one button. Man, that one rivet, it's nothing really there anymore. It's just where it's pitted. So now, this is where I'm not 100% sure if I'm doing the right thing, but it's what I've been doing, and it seems to work okay for my applications. And what that is I take the Bellastol, I spray it on everything because the Bellastol is a leather protectant and cleaner. Then I take a towel and I rub it in and I clean. I'm using it as a cleaner and as a protectant. It will generally darken the leather, but I kind of like leather being a little bit darker. Sometimes it really darkens it. I had one that it really darkened it on, and but that's okay. You take the good with the bad. But let's see. But yeah, I'll clean this up. Get this all cleaned up. And then like this knife, the reason it had so much verdigris on the knife and rust on the knife, because it was left in the sheath. So that tells me there's still rust in the sheath because nothing's been done to get it out of there. So now I want to do the strap. Nothing's been done to get it out of there. You know what I'm saying? So what I like to do is I'll show you here in a minute. I like to take my straw, stick it down in the sheath, and blast it. It might sound stupid, but that's what I like to do. In my mind, it's hopefully stopping whatever rust you have going on in there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a dumbbell and wasting product. Hey, that's possible. But, I guess the way I look at it, it's my product to waste. I paid for it. I would love you guys' opinion, though, if anybody actually watches this to 45 minutes. But, yeah, I look down in there, and I stick the straw in. And I try my best to get both upper, lower. I tip it back, rotate it around. And I don't know if I'm getting it all, but it just makes me feel better to know that I've got some in there. And again, like I said, maybe it's stupid to do. Maybe it's really stupid to do, but look how beautiful that sheath's turned out already. Brought back some life to it just with the Bellastol. Well, now is when I get to have my real fun, because when you guys see what this mink oil is going to do, and it's just mink oil you get out of your boot department at Walmart even. You know, I just got a brand I haven't used in years in a big container of it that I really, really like. This has been good for, you know, what I could find locally. And it's just, this was at Walmart like years ago. This is just shoe gear, probably Walmart's brand. But, you know, you get a little bit of the product on there and you just literally rub it in. And you want to, I like to apply it liberally. When I say liberally, I'm not talking like just blob it on there. But, you know, I want to, when I'm done applying it, I want to be able to tell I've applied it. You know, I want people to look at it and go, holy crap, man, that thing's, you know, because what I do is I won't make you guys sit here and watch me for another 20 minutes after I do this. But once I'm done applying it, I let it sit. If it's a sunny day, I like to put it out in the sun. It doesn't even have to necessarily be out in the sun, be outside, just in the house, you know, get it in a window or something. And let that leather just soak it in with the heat, you know, because all this is that's a treatment. It's a waterproofer. It'll stop it from getting nasty later. And this is just good stuff that they've used for hundreds of years on leather material. And honestly, they haven't made anything better, in my opinion. You know, there are some products out there that say this and that, and then they do their job. But the thing is, mink oil does it too. And it's been doing it for, like I said, hundreds of years. You know, and maybe I'm just one of those guys, you know, I will admit I have problems changing what I do. But, you know, I do learn and I do practice and I do move forward. And I've never intentionally lead you down the wrong path. But there you go. Look at that beautiful sheath. Once I replace this button, I have the kit on order. Once I replace that button, that is going to make just an absolutely beautiful sheath. Got it nice and shiny on both front and back. Doing exactly like I said I was going to. I just put this away. We'll see if I can find sun coming in a window somewhere. It is sunny out, but it's cold. If I can find sun coming in somewhere, I will get this in the sun, let it heat soak for 20, 30 minutes, then finish rubbing it down. This is where I got the knife to so far. Way better than it was. Still not as to the level I want it to be. So I'm going to get my radial discs out, clean it up a little bit more. But I just wanted to share that with you all so you could see you can do a good job without power tools. Sometimes like this one, the rust is a little deeper than I thought. Could I get it all there without power tools? Yes, I could, because it kept getting better and better. But I can do this with my Dremel. I can do this whole blade in probably 10 minutes with my Dremel and get the light just right, that one last couple spots that are still looking bad. I can do that in 10 minutes with my Dremel with the radial discs. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Richard had to leave. He was at work and finally he had to split. How you doing, Tina? I just been cleaning up this knife. You've seen my short this morning. This is that knife. It's not done yet. I got to get some my Dremel and some radial discs, but this is the side that was the worst. Oh, you have a great day too, Tina. But yeah, it's getting there. And then I will post another short probably tomorrow morning, maybe later on today, of how well cleaned up. But this is how good. Hey, Sean, what's up, man? This is how good she's turned out so far with just all hand buffing. And that's literally, this video has been 49 minutes. That's how long I've been working on it. And it's pretty good right now compared to how it was in that short, like I said. But she will be almost pristine when you see it in the next short I drop. I just got to get these last few little rust spots. Rust was a little deeper pitted than I thought, and I got to just use some radial sanding discs, and she's going to be absolutely beautiful. Put a good edge on her, and I will have me a beautiful big Bowie. I'm excited. Well, thank you all for joining. I'm going to end this live stream because it's been 50 minutes. I love you guys. I really do. I don't say that this lightly. I do. You guys are my friends. I love hanging out with y'all. Brandon Looney Tune, what's up? I love hanging out with y'all. Yeah, like I said, you guys are my friends. I love hanging out here. You guys keep me keep on coming back and doing this. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get the Dremel. If I would have had it with me, I would have keep going, but I don't even remember where the heck I put it. But yeah, it's turning out nice compared to what it was. Oh, God bless you too, Sean. Compared to what it was in that short I put out this morning of the nasty Bowie. And then look at the Sheath. I'm really impressed with the Sheath. The Sheath came out really good. Man, she's a soaking in that the mink oil. I got a kit on order from Amazon for new buttons to put new snaps on. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, otherwise, man, that Sheath just turned out just magnificent in my opinion. Look at that. Darkened it up a little bit. I love that. I love it, man. Well, hey, I'm going to get off here. I'll end up talking all day. I appreciate you all so much. If you get a chance to watch this from the beginning, you can skip through and see as it progresses, But I thank you, Sean. I agree. The Sheath is beautiful, man. That thing turned out great. I think with the little radial discs, I'm going to be able to get all that rust off, the pitting off that blade too. And it's going to look, I won't say like brand new, but it's going to look compared to what it was. It's going to be 99.9% better. Well, hey, thank you all again. Live long, prosper, and collect your own way.